Good morning. This video is going to be a quick demo of The Secret World. Gosh, I don't know what... There's so much to say about this game, I don't know where to begin. You could say that it's an MMORPG or an MMO action RPG, but that's really undercutting all the unique things about it. It is a modern-day horror RPG. Modern day because, well, it takes place in the modern world. You play mostly an ordinary person. And I started a new character just to capture some of the early zones. Kingsmouth Town in New England. At the beginning of the game, something happens, you gain supernatural powers, a talent agency knocks on your doorstep and invites you to join one of three secret societies, the Templar, the Illuminati. And then you're ordered to go check out New England and see what's going on. Oh my. Congratulations, you discovered your first mission area. And this game requires a lot of reading. What is this? The buzzing. Okay, something has been added to my journal with a whole bunch of, well, just lore about the area and the secret world itself. Fast travel spot. And there's weapons in the game. Sword, hammer, claws. Blood magic, chaos magic, elemental magic, shotgun, pistol, assault rifle. Now, for this character, I picked the sword, and you're allowed to have a second weapon. I picked sword and elemental. You can eventually master them all. There's really no permanent bad decisions with your character. You can't screw up and build wrong.
Oh, don't worry, kid. You haven't gone back in time. I just happen to be the last of the cowboys.
Name that voice actor.
Got your southern welcome right here. Mesquite, Texas style. Good ought to face evil on a full stomach. Name's Boone. I'm a troubleshooter. You and I need to have a powwow before you go shooting for trouble. Illuminati may have legacy on Solomon Island. You folks gave that up for the high life and with no road. Sure, you can be divided in purpose, but we gotta stand united against darkness. This ain't my first rodeo. I know we're gonna need all the unity we can get. Don't mean to say you stepped into hell, but when the wind blows west, you can just about smell the brimstone. All we know is death and fog came from the sea, or someone brought it back with them. If I was a gambling man, I'd put money on that someone still being around. Bunch of survivors holed up in Kingsmouth Town. Follow that main road and the sound of gunfire, and you'll come to the sheriff's office. Kid, whatever your reasons for being here, you find out what those people died for, and you bring a reckoning.
Fistful of Zombies. Recommended to be level 3. I'm level 2, but oh well. Jack Boone has a zombie problem. He shoots them, but they keep coming back. Finding out more about the zombies, what makes them tick, could go a long way towards solving that problem.
This forest crawls. Gets my fingers itching for two matters. One, the other, figuring out a way to keep them down. Ain't right the way the dead walk the earth. They deserve their 6 feet, same as everyone else. And I'm sworn to keeping guard nothing stopping you from culling the herd as you go. Hell, figure out what makes them tick and how to make that ticking stop. And I'll buy you a beer at the apocalypse. So go on, kid. Saddle up. The end of the world waits for no man.
Alright, kill 8 zombies in the area around Jack's camp. Now I have a sword and an elemental weapon. Alright, I've charged up my sword. Now I can turn it into a spirit blade that does double damage. But that's just minor. Of minor importance. About 90% of this game can be done solo. You don't actually need a partner for the MMO experience. Which is why I love this game over many others. If you've played a bunch of MMOs in the past, then you know... A lot of them just share the same mechanics. Some of them hold themselves to a trinity. The tank, whose only job is to attract attention. The healer, whose only job is to heal. And usually the mage, who does the damage. Ignite gas cans and draw zombies into the fire. Well, this is one of the early, very early missions, so it's still teaching you about the environment and environmental damage. Okay, I should have ignited it first before attracting attention. It looks like someone upstairs doing the same thing I am. Now, you can repeat quests. Most quests have something like a 12-hour cooldown on them. So if you just really like Kingsmouth Town, then you can always come back and just keep killing zombies. Examine some half-eaten corpses. Yeah, it looks like there's another player up there. Now, also, unlike a lot of MMOs, you've really got to pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention to the environment. You can't just say, oh, go kill 7 of these monsters and bring me 6 of these. That. Whoa. Oh dear. The environment plays a big part into, well, the secret world. Look for survivors in Kingsmouth Town. Oh, here's another quest. Bullets for Andy. A note on the dead policeman's hand asked him to get more ammunition and then return to the sheriff's office. This policeman obviously cannot return, but the ammo is still direly needed. There's some bullets. Find Deputy Andy. Now, your reward isn't necessarily armor or weapons. You get talismans, like bracelets, belts, necklaces, charms. Ooh. Thank you, Sheriff Andy. Or clothes. You can go to the London store and just buy yourself brand new clothes. And there is a very, very large variety. I have another character who's just modeled after a 1930s detective. Deputy Andy. Place the ammo in the ammo box. Send mission report. Now, I work for the Illuminati, and I have a handler, you could say. Your field report has been submitted and currently being analyzed and evaluated. Thank you for your contribution. We'll contact you if more information is needed. A reward and cash bonus has been credited to your account. Experience, money, and some random talisman. A Fistful of Zombies report. Good job. Your findings fit with what we know about the reanimated dead. You should have no trouble outwitting them tactically. We're familiar with two types. The recent dead are quicker, the long buried show less spunk, but pose a more significant numbers problem. The big breed, the corpse gorger, that's not an aberration we've seen before. Either that was the captain of the football team, or we're dealing with some form of mutation. Ciao ciao. And a weapon bag. I got a claw. And a necklace. Well, I won't go into stats right now. Stats don't matter as much as they do later. This quest has a prerequisite on it. All right, I'll speak with Deputy Andy later.
Heck if I know where you folks keep coming from, but anyone who walks through that door alive pretty much gets my amnesty. Something in your past colors you sourly to a badge, I'd ask you to call it quits in return. We agreeable? Well then, I'm Sheriff Family, and this down-home little state of emergency is what's left of my jurisdiction. Sure, we tried to hold as much of the town as we could at first. More out of nostalgia than any civil defense plan. I won't tell you Kingsmouth was a slice of heaven in a snow globe, but it was ours. Now it ain't. There was always something running under in this town. Maybe what's spilled out now. That's how it works. I couldn't say hand on heart we didn't have it coming. But that fog, and the things in it, they didn't pick and choose when they came in. Most folks didn't stand a chance. Now, I can see you on. I won't kick up any fuss about that. Straight truth is, you'll need to be. Just don't go thinking that means you're deputized or such. Heaven knows if there was ever a time and a place for the right to bear 'em, you're looking at it. Henry has his word of God, that Roger woman has a crystal ball, and Norma out on the point's got a 12-gauge. My money's on Norma.
Daily rewards. There is a cash shop if you wanted to buy things, but I've made it all the way to the max level without spending a penny. Horror show. Oh yeah, this is the quest that Andy needed us. Now, blue quests over here are story related. Purple quests, you'll need a group. Red quests are action or sabotage, yellow. Investigation missions are green. And then light green are side missions. Sabotage missions are very stealth-oriented. They don't require action. It's not going to take a feat of strength to finish this.
There wasn't in our yearly budget to put the town under martial law. No, the good old boys on the council were all about thrifty spending, at least above the table. So I squirreled away where I could for some surveillance equipment. Police business, sure. Let's call it civic awareness. I'm talking your webcams, your motion sensors. Oh, don't look so surprised. Kingsmouth might be out in the sticks, but we have electricity and everything. Running water in tourist season. Come back when this whole damn mess is blown over, I'll give you the tour far as the old lighthouse. But, to get to the point of it, seems to me we should bring that gear out of mothballs and get it hooked up around town. Gives me some early warning and the others a break from my collection of Jeopardy reruns.
Check a phone book for businesses.
Now you are mistaken for sore eyes.
Okay, retrieve a camera from the Sick Oil gas station. Well, there's another phone book I could have looked at. So, the sheriff wants me to find webcams and set them up. Okay, there I am. There she is. There's where I need to go. And what's that skull? I'm gonna avoid that skull. There's the camera. Oh, is he looking at me? No. Good thing I was quick. Retrieve the camera from Kingsmith Saving and Loans. Not sure what I just saw. Gonna get out of here. They mentioned the fog twice. That's part of the mystery that surrounds Kingsmith. You'll find out what exactly happened here. Something to do with sailors going out. There's another skull on the minimap. Now that area of attack doesn't do much damage, but at least it hits everybody at once. Retrieve the camera from the mining museum. Now, spend enough time around Kingsmith, you'll get to know all these places. You won't need a guide. Now, if you love your Lovecraft, you know Kingsmith is just a few letters away from Innsmouth, where Lovecraft loves to set some of his stories. Josiah, this is the one that needs changing. Have it done before I'm back from Bangkok? New cameras are in the basement. Basement, okay. Even though I've done this zone a bunch of times, it's been a while. I don't remember everything with perfect clarity. Ask the janitor about the cameras? Oh, the tentacles. So many tentacles. Pretty sure touching these lasers is a bad thing. As would be stepping into that security camera light. Trap deactivation. I was quiet during one of the other games just because it was so tranquil. Now it's just very, very tense. Careful. Now the game starts out with you in New England. There's a lot of scary things to explore that might be in... Oh, jeez. The kind of things you might find in a Romero movie or a Stephen King book. But later levels will take you to Egypt. Oh, there's a box full of tentacles. The filth. Now I can open my journal and learn a little bit more about the filth. But if you decide to pick this up, I should mention the game is free. The game is free to play. And I told you I went through 90% of it happily solo and without paying a dime. So if you're in the mood for suspense, intrigue, action, horror, set in the modern day, where you'll see stuff from Stephen King or Jules Verne, or any of the old pulp adventure authors. If you're in the mood for adventure, or adventure with a few pals, Secret World is worth getting into. Even if you don't have the time, you can always jump in, repeat a few very simple quests, or wait till your friends come on to tackle the hard stuff. Now there's 4 different arrows. Place a camera on the streetlight, place a camera on the house corner, place a camera on the tree trunk. Okay. Set up the cameras. Perimeter defense. Oh my. Okay, didn't attract attention that time. Something happened over there. Okay, I remember these guys. These guys are from Venice, the location of another secret society. There are different factions, the Illuminati, the Templar, the Dragon. Those are the playable ones, but there are other factions, like the faction of Venice. And they're kind of like the UN among secret societies. Very lawful good aligned. They're not into the shady things that the Illuminati are into. But I like working with Jeffrey Combs, and he's in the Illuminati. Use the police computer to initialize the system. Oh, look, there's another player. Hack computer terminal. Select inquiry. Suspect database. No, not what I'm here for. Type route to return to the main menu. 1, initialize camera system. View camera 1 feed. Send mission report. Good news. Data from your surveillance system is now feeding into our server. That means we have visual contact with the enemy and can make more detailed assessments of the situation. It also means I can keep tabs on you. Yeah, the Illuminati are everywhere. The janitor in the basement showed signs of a strange tentacular mutation. Disgusting, frankly. It's not clear if he booby-trapped his surroundings to protect himself or to try and protect others. Regardless, it was clever, and that's not something we like to see from our enemies. Keep me posted on all tentacle-related phenomena. And the Illuminati are the fun ones. If you go to the Templar or the Dragon, they take themselves way too seriously. Now, I should be able to say hi to Deputy Andy.
Jeez, you never saw anything like this in the cop shows. Well, maybe on cable, not the network ones. You wouldn't know it from looking out there, but before that wicked bad fog rolled in...
Wicked bad. You know we're in New England.
Nothing stronger on the streets than a hot cup of coffee and chocolate glazed donuts from Susie's. The occasional DUI or domestic disturbance. Human sacrifice. But every town has a dark side, right? We sure are getting a heaped up in the darkness now, huh? Walking Dead and worse besides taking over our town. Us survivors hold up in here, hoping it's all just a bad dream and we'll wake up to the smell of bacon and maple syrup. But unless someone ups and does something, and soon, all we're gonna wake up to is the smell of rotten flesh. And I don't need another thing to remind me of my dad. Halloween does bring back the memories, eh?
Okay, that was a disturbing dark tangent. And I could just spend 10 minutes talking to him, use some local survivalist who likes to build homemade explosives. It's like he's been training his whole life for this moment. I may have mentioned this before to a few people, but I have a severe zombie phobia. Snuck out late one night to watch a movie on TV I shouldn't have. It was Return of the Living Dead Part 2. And just had some horrible nightmares. After that, every time I saw a zombie movie, I would have horrible nightmares that night for like 20 years. Couldn't watch any sort of zombie-related media. So then when the big zombie craze hit, around the early to mid-2000s, I was able to actually overcome that phobia, that fear, through exposure therapy. just indulging myself in a whole bunch of zombie-related media. Watching movies, playing games in the dark, just really tempting fate. And that eventually desensitized me. So now I just really, really love to hate zombies. Find the source of the assaults. More zombies are running up the streets. Oh, you're a big one. Kill the Drog Warmonger. Oh, I just leveled up all sorts of things from that. Well, I haven't found them yet, but I promise you, later on there's some very complicated missions. Missions that require you to go learn something out in the real world. Either learn musical notes, learn Morse code, find out a book's ISBN number, and some really complicated stuff like translating foreign languages. It's not just, kill 7 of this, look at this. There's some real complicated quests. The game demands a lot of you. And I love it for that. This is interesting. We have no records of direct contact with the Drog, so your sightings in Kingsmouth catches a little off guard. Other factions have encountered them frequently at sea. Of course, file sharing isn't practiced in the industry. Here's what we know. The Drog are an ancient and marine variety of undead with roots in Norse mythology. They seem to be directing the local attack. As for everything we don't know, well, that's where you come in. Ciao, ciao. Well, the mystery just gets more and more intriguing. What happened here? Why are the Draug here? What is a Draug? If you're not really familiar with the monster manual, or maybe if you are, that'll just make everything more interesting. Well, it scratches the surface, or barely scratches the surface for the secret world. I think the video's gone on enough. If you're intrigued, well, I could play more, or you could grab it yourself, create your own character, explore the secret world for yourself. And, oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to mention. I think I got distracted by zombies. There is no Trinity, no healer, damage dealer, and tank. While you can play that way, you're not necessarily beholden to it. Everybody can be responsible for their own health and healing. Every weapon skill tree, whatever weapon you pick, the hammer, the sword, the guns, the magic books, there's some skill in there that will let you heal. And so that way you're not beholden to that trinity. You don't need to always find 3 people to play. You can take care of yourself, which is a brilliant novel idea. Not really, but I just don't know why other games don't try it. Well, that's the start of her journey. Woke up, gets deployed to New England, finds zombies. You can make up whatever kind of backstory she used to have before she got thrown into this. It's a great game. And it's made by Funcom, with the lead designer being Ragnar Tornquist. If you recognize that name, he was responsible for The Secret World. The Secret World, Dreamfall, Dreamfall Chapters, a series of adventure games that kind of kept the genre alive while it was in, I guess, torpor in the late 2000s. I hope I've excited somebody, or at least creeped somebody out, or intrigued them enough to try it. Let me know. Leave something in the comments. Mention me on Discord, Twitter. Find me. Maybe we could play together. All right. Thank you for watching. Good night.